Associates. And Nick from Montreal, welcome everyone to today's webinar. I'm going to go ahead and make sure everyone can see the slides one more time. You guys should all be seeing the slides here. 10K in 30 days. Welcome, guys. And you might be wondering, like, holy smokes, am I in the right place? So you signed up for this webinar. You know, if you're a coach or consultant, if you're a speaker, a healer, a holistic practitioner, or spiritual entrepreneur who really wants to get your business out there already, this is going to help you sell a lot more of your services at higher price points with a heck of a lot less work. And this is for you if you're also looking to attract clients consistently, get over your fear and blocks around marketing, and start selling your products and services. And this is for you if you're also looking to have a lot more freedom and fun in your life. On this session, I'm going to teach you specifically how to overcome fear and not let it stop you dead in your tracks and continue to spin you around in procrastination and self-doubt for another couple of years. You're also going to learn and take an in-depth look into a proven sales attraction system that you can use to make anywhere from $1,000 to $25,000 in sales right away without a big fancy pants website or being some kind of guru or a big list, or even without having a website. I'm going to teach you guys the exact system that I use in my business. And I'm going to teach you about how to use irresistible offers to generate an extra $80,000 in business this next year, and even how some of my clients are making $10K in less than 30 days, right out of the gate. And it's really, guys, it's very simple. It's a 3-step system, and I'm going to show you exactly how it works step by step. I also want you guys to stick around. You know, I want you to be present. You know, I'm going to encourage you to turn off any cell phones, devices, really show up and be present here today. And take lots of notes. I'm not going to be selling you guys anything, so you can relax, sit back. I will be handing you over a process map to show you exactly how this whole system is done. So, you know, make sure that you're just hanging out, relaxing, turn off any cell phones, and really show me present for this. Okay. So today, there's nothing to buy in the webinar, and I promise you we're going to have a lot of fun. I talk really fast. I've had a few cups of coffee. So I promise, you know, we're going to have fun. You're really going to come away with a breakthrough, especially around money, and I'll teach you a fabulous system for generating more revenue in your business. Guarantee it. So before we get started, guys, let me know if this sounds like you. If this is some of the problems that, you know, I help my clients with. Maybe you don't have enough clients coming into your business consistently right now, or maybe you're terrified to charge higher prices even though you know you're worth it. Do you find yourself chronically procrastinating or spending endless hours creating and perfecting your work without really putting it out there? Or maybe feel overwhelmed, you know, at what all these things you need to be doing in your business and you don't know what to do first. Maybe you're working harder than ever before, but not really generating the kind of money you thought you would be at this stage in your business. Are you paralyzed sometimes by indecision because your message still doesn't really feel clear, or do you worry about being good enough and compare yourself to others all the time? Maybe your website's not professional enough looking, or you still don't have a website up yet. That's okay. You know, maybe, you know, are you hiding behind your computer? You're busy but not really making any money, or you're making money but working like a dog to make it. You know, maybe you're doing everything or most of the work in your business because your income isn't reliable enough to outsource and you're feeling kind of burnt out. So let me know if any of this sounds like you guys. Type in the chat box. You know, maybe you're unsure about who or how, you know, to market your programs and services to. Or do you start a lot of things, but you're always learning instead of earning? God knows I was doing that for a long time in my business. Maybe you're already speaking but not making offers, or you've been trying to figure it out here and there by yourself, and it's just not working. Do you feel stuck at a certain income level, and no matter how hard you work, you can't seem to punch through it? So, you know, how much of this time are you spending in survival mode, guys? How much time are you spending spinning around in circles? Well, today I'm going to show you guys exactly how to break through that. So you can really kickstart your income, skyrocket your confidence, and your cash flow. I'm just going to make sure, double check here quickly that everyone can see me. Hey, Kim from London is joining us too. Okay, awesome. Okay, guys, so it takes a moment to refresh when I switch back between the slides and the chat. The chat function okay, so I have some good news for you guys. So if you've been having some of these problems like we just mentioned before, none of these are actually the real problem. So these things are just the symptoms of the real problem in your business that's causing all this. And the real problem is fear, right? So, look at it this way. If you didn't have fear, you wouldn't be hiding up behind your computer. You'd be out there making offers, right? If you didn't have fear, you'd be focusing and doing and taking the action on what would be generating income for you. If you didn't have fear, you'd be hiring the help that you need. If you didn't have fear, you'd hire the web guy to make the website. If you didn't have fear, you'd be out there speaking already, right? If you didn't have fear, you would have all these problems taken care of. So when you get this, guys, it's a really big concept. The mindset is really the first step in this process. When you get this, the sky is the limit. You start making more money. You get out of this whole survival mode. You take your power back. You move out of being the effect of the world, and you become the cause of it. You become a co-creator in your life. You start making things happen. You're back in the driver's seat. You're no longer feeling out of control. You feel confident, in the knowing of how to take yourself off of that automatic place, dismantle all the fear, and you come back into peace of who and what you really are at the snap of your fingers. You have a heck of a lot of resistance to doing important things like generating visibility and cash flow in your business, and you stop procrastinating and just get shit done, right? Because you're in action, you're doing the right things, and you're getting results. When you're able to get off fear, when you're able to break through this, you're being visible and you're making offers, lots of them, and you actually start enjoying the process. Your confidence in cash flow will skyrocket, and you'll begin owning the value and your worth, and you'll charge higher prices and you'll get it. You'll basically know how to get what you want, and you'll go out there and get it. So if there's one thing that I really want you guys to get here on the webinar tonight, is that your income is directly dependent on how well you overcome fear. There's only one thing. If you forget everything I teach you tonight, there's just one thing that you get, is that your income is directly dependent on how well you overcome fear. So here's what I'm going to do here. Here's my intention for, the webinar tonight. I am going to take you through a very simple 3-step process. We're going to go through, exactly how to break through fear, what's holding you back. I'm going to teach you guys some really, awesome content and show you the systems that I implemented in my business that my clients use to get, to 10K in 30 days. And then I'm going to show you guys some real live case studies. Sound good? Yeah. Okay, awesome. So before we get started, I want to share you guys just a little bit about me. I am an author. My book's called From Bankrupt to Making $900 a Day Selling Mops. It's not a glamorous story, but it's a true story. I'm an international speaker and coach, trainer, and mentor. I've helped thousands of entrepreneurs around the world to really skyrocket their confidence and cash flow. And you can find out a lot more about me from my website, takeyourpowerbacknow.com. I've been featured in Today's Business and Today's Business Women's Magazine, Motivated Magazine. I've spoken on a TED Talk for Success in Montreal. I've hosted workshops in Costa Rica, USA, and Canada. I made my first 6 figures in my business using the exact system that I'm going to show you guys here today. I'm so excited about that. And I've been really known for helping entrepreneurs break through fear and rock their sales. Rock their sales and have a lot more confidence in cash flow. I love working with mindset. And I now live in Hawaii. I have this bikini business lifestyle. I love my life. I'm a big adventure traveler. I just always love traveling, and I love my coaching business because I can take it anywhere in the world with me. So I'm living here in Kauai, Hawaii, and I'm a Canadian by nature, so it's a great change to be able to spend the winter here. And here's some fun pictures of me and friends just out enjoying the sunshine. And I just love to live my life in my bikini. For you, maybe it's traveling, going to Italy, eating, the best foods, whatever it is, you can have that lifestyle. And if you set your business up the right way, you can take it anywhere in the world with you. For me, it was about creating the freedom, having a business that allows me to have freedom to travel and do the fun things that I want to do. So I want to let you know that my life was not always like this, was not, always easy. Now I help, entrepreneurs break through their fear and, put sales attraction systems in place. But I remember a time when it was not like this. I was selling mops. I was doing these live product demonstrations on stages in big retail chain stores across Canada and the States. And I was doing, these mop sales presentations, and I would get paid on commission. And I did this for 4 years. And, halfway through that whole rendition, I wrote a book. and a true story from bankrupt to making $900 a day. And it's all about how to overcome adversity and fear and your mindset, the fear of rejection. And we all face that as entrepreneurs. And even though I had the book out, the truth was, I was still selling mops. I couldn't for the life of me, break through, and make that change. And my wake-up call came one evening in a pretty rude awakening. I nearly died in a hotel room, with an ex-boyfriend of mine who got violent with me and nearly killed me. And I escaped from the hotel room. I don't want to make this dramatic. Escaped from the hotel room, got out to the taxi, and I was like, holy smokes, this is what you read about, in the newspapers. I just became another statistic in the newspaper. These battered women, holy smokes me. Talented, smart, beautiful Vanessa. Holy shit, And then my next question was, why is this happening to me? And the answer was immediate. And the answer was, so you can help women not fall into the same patterns. And then I started crying. That terrified me more than what happened in the hotel room, because for years I'd been begging God. I was like, please show me what my purpose is. Tell me who my market is. Who are my clients? What's my unique selling proposition? What's my message? I'll do it. I surrender. I'll serve. Just show me what it is, right? And when the message came, I was like, oh, hell no. You want me to go out there in the world and share all this shame and, what it was like to be in, addiction and relationships and just, giving my power away, and hell no, I didn't want to do it. And that's actually how my business was started. Until then, I wasn't really committed in my business. I had more of a money pit than a business. I was taking courses, but I wasn't making any money. And it wasn't until I left that relationship that I was able to take my power back, start focusing it on my business. And, I was really one of these people that was just stuck beyond stuck. And I had a book out, and I couldn't figure out why, for the life of me, I could sell the crap out of this mop, but I couldn't sell my own services. And so I went on this, epic hunt to figure it out. And I had even been asked by somebody to come and speak at an event. And I put the guy off for like 6 months because I didn't feel like I was ready yet, and I had all these things in my business, but I still felt like, I wasn't ready yet. So, if any of that sounds familiar, just type it in the chat box. Let me know. I'm just going to keep going here. So things really started turning around when I decided to launch a telesummit. I went on this crusade. I'm like, I'm going to interview all the biggest breakthrough experts in the world. I interviewed 14 experts on the area of transformational growth. And I wanted to know, what was holding me back in my business. And I discovered that it was about inner resistance and mindset. And when I learned to release these huge blocks around money, around owning my worth, holy smokes, the whole world just came crumbling in on me. Not crumbling in on me, but like falling in on me. What I mean is that I had this huge release around money, and 24 hours the next day, I was invited to speak at a TED Talk. I was invited to speak in Costa Rica. I attracted a new client. Like, all of this stuff came flooding in on my life when I learned how to get out of my own way. And, my business went from like a $600 a month income to $15,000 a month income. I started traveling. I stopped letting fear run my life, and my whole world changed. And so, that's really how it happened. People started to hire me, and that's why I'm so passionate about helping entrepreneurs really break through the fear, help them take their power back so that they never, ever, ever have to, stay in a crappy job or relationship because of fear, right? Because that's why a lot of women stay. So that's a little bit, about me. And now I want to get into really, how to do this for yourself. If you've been, spinning around in circles for years wondering, hey, I need to get this, I need to make a change in my business, here's how to do this yourself. So we're going to jump into the training part of the webinar. Lots of notes. And you've got to know that you've been lied to, guys. You have been lied to by your ego. Fear is your friend, says the ego. So, where does fear really come from? So the ego is this smaller side, the smaller part of you, right? We have the higher mind, the higher self, and the ego is a small, limited sense of you, and it tries to protect you with fear, and we usually buy it, right? Don't try that. You're going to die. It's scary. So all of this, fear, anxiety, procrastination, self-doubt, worry, disapproving of yourself, resistance, all the inner critic, self-doubt, guilt, compare and despair mode, all these emotions, it's all your ego trying to separate you from what you already are. This this higher connection with the divine. It's using fear to separate you from what you already are. So actually, us in our natural state is already, this expansive connection to everything that is. And it's only when we give our power away to the ego that suffering happens, right? And fear, and the ego uses fear as a way to protect you, right? So it's kind of a very sneaky thing. So this is why crushing fear for good right now is so important in your business. Because every time you step out there in a bigger way, your ego is going to have a shit fit, right, guys? Think about this. Every time you make another decision to get out there, I don't care where your business is at, whether you're making $5,000, $10,000, $50,000 a month in your business, no matter what happens, every time you decide to make a new decision, your ego is going to kick in and it's going to have a shit fit, right? Because it's not safe. So you need to ask yourself, are you giving your power away? Are you identifying with the small part of yourself? Or you are identifying with your higher source, God, spirit, universe, whatever you want to call that, because you do have a choice. And I want you to hear this. Your power is in that choice. People think, you have to deserve it, you got to work hard. No, actually, you just have to make a decision. And so what are you identifying with? Where are you spending most of your time? Most people are acting on automatic and they're being controlled by their emotions. So you need to know you are not your emotions. These are just things that flow through us. Oftentimes people, are hooked up or just, they repeat these feelings or emotions, or they buy that their emotions are really what they are. So the mind is kind of like a recording and playback device. So if let's say you tried to do something in the past and you failed, you might, you try and make the same decision again, you get hit with that same emotion, and that emotion will stop you, right? Even though you're, 20 years older than you were when you originally made the decision, that emotion might continue to prevent you from actually breaking through and making, the change that you need to in your business. So here's 3 ways that the ego keeps you playing small. Number 1, fear, procrastination, self-doubt, worry. These are all lies, guys, that keep you from taking action and getting the results you want in your business. Number 2, when the mind is busy and frantic, it's so loud, it keeps you from hearing the voice of your intuition, which is how, your higher power, God, source, actually speaks to you, how your soul speaks to you. So this is why, a lot of people get into meditation to quiet the mind. When your mind is quiet, when you're not, run by your emotions, you can actually hear the voice of your intuition, and it will lead you everywhere you need to go. What happens, though, is people, they get intuition, and then, boom, the ego comes in and, takes them right out of it, tells you why it's not a good idea, and most of the time we listen to it. 3rd reason, fear of the unknown. Think about it, guys. Definitely not safe, right? Making offers to people, not safe. Being visible, not safe. And on it goes. Listen to me. If you're an entrepreneur, you better buckle up, baby, because you are in for one hell of a ride. Entrepreneurship is a full-on contact sport where you better be ready to take risks, calculated risks, and rely on your creativity. That's what distinguishes the successful entrepreneurs from the mediocre career entrepreneurs. So unless you guys have this managed, it's going to be a real struggle for you. Again, every time you decide, to step out there in a bigger way, your ego is going to have a shit fit, right? And you need to learn how to handle that. So I want you guys to check this out. This is just a phenomenal piece of information from the book, Power versus Force, David Hawkins, on the emotional scale of consciousness. I want you guys to take a look here at, they measured emotions, okay? This guy was David Hawkins. I think he was a doctor turned a metaphysician. And look at this. We have shame, guilt, fear, okay, vibrates they made some machine and it can capture, measure, the emotional scale. Fear vibrates at 100. Anger is at 150. Wanting, desire is at 125. Pride is at 175. Courage, 200. Why is this important? This is important because until you get to this courageous point here, 200, Until you move your vibration up to that level, you're swimming in all of these lower emotions, and you can't get out of it. You can't have enough willpower to move yourself out of victimhood. This is very important, right? This is the emotional scale of how consciousness evolves, guys. Next, you have level 350, which is forgiveness. This is where real change starts to happen. Courageousness, forgiveness. There's love at 500. There's another woman out there called Christy Marie Sheldon. She's got a whole course based on how to get to love, how to get to this 500 state. All the religions talk about this, right? Love is the only answer. We have, our heart actually has a magnetic resonance that's 1,000 times more powerful than the mind. Right? When we hit love, everything changes. We have the visionaries, the artists in the world, 600. They vibrate at 600. Mother Teresa was said to vibrate at 750, all the gurus in the world. And then you hit Jesus enlightenment, maybe, 1,000. This is where, the Mayans, poof, disappeared off the face of the earth. Who knows, right? So where are you? Where do you spend most of your time? Which emotion level do you find your guys in? Are you in fear? Are you in guilt? Are you in pride? Are you courageous? Are you working on your stuff? Or are you just spinning around? Where are you guys on here? It's really going to determine, how far you take your business and the decisions that you make. So here's the deal, until you can get to 200, to courageousness, you're spinning around on a merry-go-wheel. And it's like you need to be able to, get off the merry-go-wheel and switch the off switch. Turn that fear off, right? So it's kind of like if you're swimming in a pool of water, it's like trying to dry yourself off. Until you get to 200, it's kind of like trying to dry yourself off, but you're inside a pool. You can't do it. It's almost like you can't see how stuck you are, right? That's what control. The mind is obsessive, man. Ego is obsessive with its fear. So, you need to be able to get out of the pool before you can dry yourself off. You need to be able to get to that 200 level, have the courage to make a decision. Hey, I want to do something different, right? That's where your power is. So, very first step in taking your power back is discovering how to get out of the pool, right? And when you do that, guys, the sky is the limit. The sky is the limit. You can say yes. You can go after the things you want, You can show up. And you're going to see that all this fear is really just an illusion. So the first thing in making more money is mastering your emotions, mastering fear. And here are 3 keys to help you do just that. Number one, give yourself permission to want what you want and say yes to it. I work with entrepreneurs all the time, and, a lot of them find my lifestyle living in, Hawaii, in my bikini, really inspirational. And some people, wonder, they're like, well, I don't know if I can really do this, I don't know if I've got what it takes, this is a harebrained, crazy idea. And the first key in really accessing, a greater lifestyle, more money, whatever it is you want to create in your lifestyle and business is giving yourself permission. Think about this, guys. Why are some people singers and other people carpenters, right? If you didn't have the desire already inside you, if your soul didn't already have that desire or the capacity to do it, you would not have the intuition. You would not have the desire. So if you have the desire, know that it's possible. Know that it's possible. And then give yourself permission to show up and say yes to it, because nobody else will. Nobody else will. Number 2, right? Say yes, right? They've done a research at Harvard University on the capacity of the mind. They've done CAT scans of what happens to the human brain when the word yes is employed. It's like all systems go fireworks in the brain. Everything turns on. It's like a magical word. Yes. How much of the time, how much of the day are we saying no? No to ourselves, no to our emotions, no to that's not possible, right? The secret password is yes. Learn, so give yourself permission. Number 1, say yes. And then, number 3, decide, right? I love this quote by Bill Cosby. Decide that you want it more than you're afraid of it. Decide that you want it more than you're afraid of it, right? A new income level, guys, is just a decision away. That's all it is. We make it so complicated. We think we have to work hard and deserve it. You just have to decide. That is who we are. That's our identity here, just by being born, just by coming into this physical form here on this earth at this time. We are co-creators with the divine. This is, all we need to do is just decide what kind of experience would bring us joy. Right? And so your new income level, whether it's, wanting to make $10,000 a month or 20 or 50 or more, it's really just a decision away. And then you want to get out of your comfort zone, right? This is where the magic happens, guys. Like I said before, like fear of the unknown. Holy smokes, will that press all kinds of buttons. But that's really when it gets interesting and exciting. It's, when you put a deadline on something and you launch yourself out there into the unknown, it's terrifying. But that's when you get to prove to yourself that the fear is just an illusion. So I want to talk to you about one of my very first clients, Elisa, and she's an amazing woman. Elisa Starkweather, if you don't know her, she runs the Daughters of the Earth Gathering, a Red Tent Temple movement, the creator of this movement across right around the world. She's just a phenomenal women's empowerment leader. I met her at an online event several years ago. Her and I were power partners for an enlightened list building course, and I met this woman and I was like, holy smokes, I want to be you. She still is. It's such an awesome, amazing woman doing fabulous work in the world. And I interviewed her on my Transformational Breakthrough Summit, and she invited me to speak at her event, Daughters of the Earth Gathering, held in Massachusetts in the summertime, 3 days of transformational work on this beautiful sacred land, 250 women. It was amazing. It was life transformational. And she invited me to do a workshop there around money and, breakthrough work. And she comes over and puts her hands on my shoulders, and everyone's, 25 women sitting around a circle, cross-legged. And she's like, hey, Vanessa, did you tell everyone how we met? And I said, no. She said, well, Vanessa, helped me, interviewed me, and, she helped me create an offer to my list, and I made $8,000. She really knows her stuff. Listen to her, take lots of notes. And I was like, holy smokes, Elisa, you didn't even tell me that. You didn't tell me the results you got. She's like, I know. Surprise. So, Elisa and I worked together. She had some fear of making offers, even though she's been speaking for many years. And she just, had this, like we all do, many entrepreneurs have this fear that, if we make an offer, people won't like us. They'll judge us. They'll think we're, bad or greedy or whatever it is. So we worked together on making, some irresistible offers on the stage. And, bam, within, I think it was just a few days, she broke through her fear, made offers, and within 5 days, made $3,000 with that offer. And then we used the same irresistible offer system to fill her online group coaching program with 140 people. I think it was like $300 per offer. So she made about $40,000, which was, a great income for her. So, again, guys, it's really all about once you break through that fear, then you're able to take action in your business and get results. So that takes us to the end of part one. Part two here, being visible and making offers. So before I keep going here, I just want to make sure everyone still with us. I'm going to check here the chat. So make sure you can all still hear us and see us. There's a ton of people here on the webinar. Dr. Hawkins using muscle testing mostly. Yeah, Sophia, absolutely. Okay, awesome, guys. Kim saying yes. Okay, she's here too. Super. Okay, guys, so what was your biggest takeaway here in the mindset piece? Just type that in the chat. Love to hear that. And back to the slides. So we've gone through, biggest part here is about breaking fear. Part number 2 is about being visible. Step number 2, be visible and make offers. Be visible, make offers. So here's the deal, guys. The number of offers made to people who can say yes equals your income. I'm going to say that again. The number of offers made to people who can say yes equals your income. So here's why you need to get this. All right, here's some interesting statistics of what's happening here today in the world. If your sales process isn't creating the results you want, I don't know where you are in your business, but I can tell you something. There is a movement happening with women today around the world. I'm just going to show you some of these statistics. 8.6 million businesses right now are owned by women across the country, and they employ over 7.8 million people. They generate 1.3 trillion in sales as of 2013. Female entrepreneurship has skyrocketed, guys. They're using my favorite word, It increased nearly 60% since 1997. Women-owned firms, 50% or more account for 30% of all privately held firms and contribute to 14% of the employment and 11% of revenues. This is from an article on thehill.com. There is a huge movement happening right now in the world. Women are taking their power back, and they're doing some amazing things, and it's only just begun. It's only just begun, guys. So where are you in that whole sweeping movement? Are you still on the sidelines, or are you going to jump in? Are you going to be a part of this, right? That's why, it's so important for you to master your mindset and master this whole art of, being visible and making offers. Because if you're not, you're just, again, spinning in survival mode, waiting for the day when, you'll have it all figured out. Guys, it'll never happen. It happens when you decide it's going to happen. That's when it happens. So here are 5 reasons that you continue to struggle making money. 5 reasons. Number 1, you don't have an identity or know what your expertise is. Don't know what you're selling. Number 2. Number 3, don't have an influential offer, not enticing enough. These are the 5 most top reasons I see day in and day out entrepreneurs. Number 4, don't talk to enough people or don't make enough offers. Number 5, don't ask for the cash. Right? 5 biggest reasons entrepreneurs continue to struggle making money. Do you have any of these problems? So I'm going to show you guys really quickly. I'm going to dive into this and really, hardcore here and share with you some of the best takeaway and tools to help you with, handling those 5 problems. Number 1, let's talk about audience. If you really want to be successful in sales, you got to know who you're talking to. And then number 2, find out what they want. Survey them. If you're just starting out, even if you're not just starting out, the process begins by finding out who you're talking to and then survey them to find out what they want. I use a free survey system called surveymonkey.com. You can send the survey out to your list. You can put it on Facebook, on social channels, on Twitter. You can put it to any different niche that you have and find out what people are actually wanting. And then you deliver it to them. Don't make the mistake of trying to create something and then you go out and you sell it and nobody wants to buy it. Where a lot of entrepreneurs, man, bam, they hit the wall. They spend hours and hours creating things and nobody wants it, right? Give people what they want. Sell people what they want. Give them what they need. You need to find that out. Number 2, visibility means everything. So who do you know who can get you in front of your ideal target audience? It's another mistake I see entrepreneurs trying to solve all the time is that they want to host a workshop or a speaking event. They try and fill it by themselves, and it's just so much work. So my recipe for success is massive visibility. Visibility means everything. It will create buzz. It will create, clients. It will create massive visibility. Will create so many things for your business, but 2 big things are visibility will create a buzz, and you will attract clients. All right. So who do you know who can get you in front of your ideal target audience? Who do you know in your community? And this is really how you can double, even quadruple your income in the next 30 to 60 days. How would you like to do that? Well, I'm going to show you exactly how right now. By making offers. Make offers. Step number 1, be visible. Step number 2, make offers. So I'll share with you how this whole system kind of came to me. So my sister's an adventure tour guide, and she works in New Zealand with her partner, Ben, and they have a company called Yoho Adventures in Canada, and we go do all these crazy, they take people on these wild, outdoor adventure things, and British Columbia, yohoadventures.com, and then also in New Zealand, they have a Sacred Rides, a New Zealand mountain biking company. They're just, always, here's a picture of me and my sister, I think on one of our very first tours. I'm on the right-hand side. I'm like exhausted in this picture. Anyways, I called my sister up one day. I was crying because I was, living in hotel rooms, running these road warriors, selling mops. I would go around for 10 days and sell mops in these, retail chain stores. And I was just like, man, I don't want to do this anymore. This is going to kill me. And I was crying. And she said to me, Vanessa, one day you're going to be on stage telling people about these mops and, you're going to have a big laugh about it. And then it hit me. I thought to myself, holy smokes, What if I sold my coaching from the stage like I did my mops, right? We had this script that we would memorize. And I thought, bam, I had this idea. And I thought, that just might work. So here's what happened. Here are the numbers, guys. I did my very first workshop. The very first workshop ever I did was a huge flop, and I still made $4,000. Still made $4,000. So here's the deal. I'm going to show you guys exactly how to do that. Number one, here's the numbers. I had 27 people in a yoga studio, and they were paying $24 a pop. They came for a 2.5-hour workshop training on the law of attraction many years ago. It was done by a meetup.com, law of attraction organizer. The organizer dude kept all of the friends for profit, okay? I made an offer at the end for $300. I had to learn the system, so I made $300. And then I had books. People bought my book, 10 people for $20. So I made, $200. And that same lady that purchased my $300 offer bought a coaching package from me worth $3,600. So, grand total sales for my very flop workshop, $4,100. Now, here's why it was a flop. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys in a minute. Here, and I want to really make sure you get this system, because this is a system that can just skyrocket your income. If I don't care where you are, I don't care if you have a book, you don't have a book, you have a website, you don't need any of that. Follow this system, and you are guaranteed to get results like my clients do. So here's how it's done. You launch a small 15 to 20 person workshop, okay? Again, who do you know? I'm going to give you guys a challenge here. Write a list down of people you know, networking organizers, friends. Who has a list of people, of your ideal clients? How can you call them up and, offer to do a workshop to them? You want to charge a small, low barrier to entry, $20 to $25. Why? I see so many entrepreneurs make this mistake. Do not make this mistake. Do not try and, make a $300, 1 day or 2 day, workshop where you're teaching them. Why? People don't know who you are. Why would they invest, $200, $300, $500 to come and see you for a weekend? You need a heck of a lot of systems and a real online system before you're able to build that kind of relationship with people that they would want to drop, $200, $300, $500, $600 on you, and they don't know who you are. So the deal here is when you offer a low barrier to enter, $20, $30, it's an easy taste test for them. It's not a big commitment, but at the same time, it guarantees that people are going to show up. Or you don't want to go and talk to an empty room. You charge $20 to $30 and you get people to show up. That's how you get at least 15 to 20 people in a room. Then what you do, you teach your workshop, and at the end you make a $97 offer, only valid for today. It includes bonuses. Why only today? Because wise people won't buy it. I'm going to think about it. Why $97? Listen to this. It's very important. If you charge more than, let's say, $97 or $200, if you charge more than that, people have to go home and think about it. I got to think about it. That's my husband. That's my wife. Guys, make it a no-brainer. $100. Everyone's got $100. If you don't know what to sell your time. Sell a coaching session. People want more of you. And then you upsell them your high-end coaching and consulting on the back end of your $97. Right? So it's kind of like a taste test. You have a little breadcrumb, $20 to $30, $20 to $25 to show up at the event. Right? And then at the end of your, you teach them a whole bunch of cool content. At the end, you make them an offer to continue working with you. $100 low. Again, it's an easy, no-brainer. And then you upsell your high-end coaching consulting on the back end. All right? That's how it's done, guys. This is exactly how to take your business. I don't care where you are in your business. Exactly where to take your business, from nothing to launching from scratch to literally generating $80,000 to $100,000 in your very first year, very easily, guys. I want to share with you guys a little bit more here about irresistible offers, how to craft irresistible offers. This is what I'm a specialist in. Years ago when you told me I would be like some kind of, branding oracle or marketing channel, I would have laughed and snickered at you. But people hire me to help them language their offers. If you haven't noticed, I talk very, very fast. I think, something comes through me and just does all the talking, and people, when they work with me, want to record most of what we do because I talk very fast. I'm like, hold on, that's so great. We record it. So here's how to make irresistible offers. I mentioned this before. You want to sell people what they want and give them what they need. There's actually only 10 things that people actually buy. And what prevents entrepreneurs from really making cash flow is that they're using the wrong language. And this might be a problem of yours. You might think this is your ego again. Just notice this. Notice. It's all about noticing. Be aware of it. You might think to yourself, well, I don't want my message to sound like everybody else, so I don't want to yin. Well, there's only 10 things that people buy, and unless you match your message to one of those things, people aren't going to buy it. If you have one of these flowery messages, it's not doing you any good. You need to solve problems. Your business needs to solve problems, and until you know how to language and articulate that, you're running around in circles. You're not going anywhere. So the trick is to sell people what they want, Let's say if you're a baby coach, a baby whisperer, and you help your kids sleep, and what the parents want is they just want peace. They want to sleep. They want the relationship back. Imagine if you're a mom and now you haven't slept in 2 weeks with your kid's colic, and here comes this woman trying to sell you, baby sleep whispering services, and you actually, she's selling you, what is she selling you? She's selling you the ability to have, a decent train of thought. She's selling you peace. She's selling you, the ability to have sex with your husband again because you actually have energy. Do you know what I mean? So, and you don't know, you're not selling her this system or this process. You're selling her certain things that she buys. So there's only 10 things that people really buy, and you need your message to align with that. And you want to enter the conversation that's already happening in their head. So it's you want to solve problems. You don't want to be selling people vitamins when they have a headache and they want a Tylenol. And a lot of entrepreneurs, spiritual entrepreneurs especially, think, oh, that's too markety and hypey for me. Well, continue to struggle. This is the way it works. Now, I do talk about, authenticity in business and how it's the new currency. And I highly, 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 recommend, fleshing out your sales story and getting your teaching points together, because that just eliminates right off the bat, what versus who you are. That speaks volumes for you. But here we're talking about specifically offers and how to, engage people into saying yes to you. So you want to make sure that you start with problems. And, here's another huge mistake I see entrepreneurs making all the time is they're not making money because they're trying to sell their time versus selling the benefits and the value of the transformation that your work brings to the world. I'm going to say that again. A lot of entrepreneurs are struggling because they're selling their time for money versus selling the benefits and the value. What's the value of that, baby sleep whisperer that can get that kid to shut up and sleep, so the parents can go out and have a normal life and think and breathe and have sex again, and you know what I mean? What is that value? What's the value of that transformation? That's what you're selling people. This is how to start owning the value, how to start owning your worth. Stop charging for time, start charging for results, all right? Very important. It's a huge problem with this with entrepreneurs. Then you want to make your offer a no-brainer. Again, think about that $97 offer. I'll tell you right now what my offer was at my workshops. Write this down. I made people a no-brainer offer. It was a 1-hour consultation with me. In my consulting practice, I normally charge $800 an hour. You can't buy an hour. So I'm going to give you an hour today of my time to break through any blocks that you have. I'm also going to include, a book. My book, From Bankrupt to $900 a Day, sells for $20, comes with $500 worth of transformational bonuses in it. You get access to the Transformational Breakthrough Summit with 14 of the best interviews in the world. I sell it for $120 on my website. So the total value of all that, over $800. Today, just $97. There's my offer. And if you go home and you think about it and you think, hey, you know what, Vanessa, you call me up tomorrow morning, I changed my mind, too late. Only for today. All right? When you make offers, you want to make sure that you make it a no-brainer. So, and here I'm stacking bonuses and time limiters. That's another point. Bonuses and time limiters. And notice I'm using things that I've already created once, and I use them again and again. If you're starting out in business, you want to, if most entrepreneurs have, what they do have is the luxury of time. You can sell that for a very high price. So, and then, make it a no-brainer, something of very high value, explain it to them, why it's valuable, include bonuses and limiters, right? People buy because of fear of loss and greed, more than greed. They buy for fear of loss. It's just how the human mind works, man. Do not crucify the messenger. I spent 4 years selling mops to live audiences day in and day out, 10 to 12 shows a day. I know what I know from experience in the trenches. Guys, it's just how it is. Don't fight against the current. Just, work with it. So here's the deal, guys. Let's just say that you go out there and you do 2 small speaking events per month and you suck at it, right? And you suck at it like I did, but you won't, because now you know the recipe, right? You want to charge $97 at the end. Don't try and make a whole ton of money on the front end. Do it on the back end. That's where the money gets really interesting. $4,000 per event times 2 events per month is $8,000 a month, guys. That's $80,000 a year if you work this system, 10 months of the year. You take maybe December and August off. If you suck at it, guys, $80,000 a year, okay? This is the system. This is my system that I use to, break out of the mop job and start selling my high-end coaching consulting, doing these small little yoga workshops. So some even out of my yoga teacher's basement. All right. So this is why I believe speaking is the granddaddy, it's the Grand Canyon of all sales attraction systems, right? You don't need to have all this online tech stuff in place. I see a lot of entrepreneurs spinning around in circles because they don't have their systems in place. They got to have a website. They got to have their message. They got to have all this stuff before I can look good and go out and do that and gang. Listen, another way your ego just keeps you from getting out there making sales, guys. Sales is where your money is going to be generated. And when entrepreneurs, especially when you're starting out, you guys avoid sales like the freaking plague because you're going to have to face a lot of rejection. That's just the way it is. Some people will say yes, but most people will say no. And speaking enables you to get into it. Get into it, no matter where, start where you're at. And it's in the doing of it. It's in the process of making the offers that you figure it out, that your message becomes clear, that you know who your target audience is. You've got to give yourself permission to fail a little bit on the way to getting it right. And, that's why speaking is phenomenal, because you don't have to spend all kinds of money getting, the web tech stuff right. And then, oh crap, that's not really what it was. Now this is what I got to do it all over again, right? I remember I spent once $10,000 on a website. Oh my God, that I don't even use anymore. All right, don't make the same mistakes I did. Get out there, start being visible, making offers. So, okay, so here is one of my clients, Jessica. She made $10K in less than 30 days. Here is a fun text that she sent me. So imagine having results like this. She said, I just got another sale and hit my first 5-figure month. Boom. I said, bam, yay. Can I use it as a testimonial? Super stoked for you, honey. She said, yeah, in less than 1 month of working with Vanessa, I had my first 5-figure month. Yes. So Jessica, came to me, really tech-savvy woman, but was really having an issue having the confidence to charge higher prices for what, she does. And I know a lot of you listening might have this, you're great at what you do, but for some reason you can't figure out, how or why, people would actually pay you that kind of money for it. So here's a little tip. One of my marketing mentors said you should charge more for what comes easiest for you to do. And Jessica definitely had, so much information, so much value to teach people. She couldn't really figure out what and really how much. It was a big stick for her. So we worked on an irresistible offer. We helped her survey her list, find out what they wanted, and then create an offer. And she started a podcasting program, and she spoke, right? She hosted a webinar. She hosted an event. Right, speaking, being visible. Amazing things happen when you show up and be visible, guys, and make offers. Even if you fail, you can still get amazing things. Bam! She hit her first 5-figure month. So again, you're all here on this call because you want to break through fear and, skyrocket your confidence and cash flow. This is how it's done. Be willing to, make a few mistakes on the way of getting it right. Start wherever you're at. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to have it all figured out yet. It's in the doing of it, that you figure things out. Okay, so now we're coming into part number 3 here, which is a case study. I'm going to show you guys some of the clients that I've worked with that have implemented these systems, break through fear, make offers, be visible, make offers, and had phenomenal results. Because with the right system, guys, anything is possible. It really just takes a system. So here's one of my past clients, Sharon Cohen. She's a phenomenal woman. She's a naturopath out of Montreal with a huge vision to have this women's empowerment event called the Juicy Women's Journey Symposium. And it happened, and she invited me to speak. There were 6 speakers. And what we did together, she didn't know how to, many of you might have the same thing, just have this huge vision that's terrified the freaking pants off you, And if your vision doesn't scare the pants off you, guess what? You're not thinking big enough. So she didn't know how in the heck she was going to do this. We worked together on breaking through some of the fear and the resistance, but mostly worked on, I helped her create an offer and, helped her really get that solid and mapped out that she could give at these small little speaking events, networking events, and bam, she filled this room. She worked really hard. She filled this room with 140 women, I think. And, she just rocked it. And now she's got people asking her to do the event all over the States and Canada. She's just, skyrocketed her business in a whole new way, a whole new direction. And, again, about breaking through, breaking through fear, showing up, being visible, making an offer, guys. And amazing things can happen. Here's another one of my clients, Gaia. She came to see me and she said, one session with Vanessa resulted in my first $6,000 coaching sale. How's that for a golden nugget? And so she's been, really wanting, she just told me, Vanessa, tell me what to do. I need to know how to close these sales conversations. I'm having problems with this. How does this work? Just show me what to do. So we worked together and I laid a few things out for her, really helped her strategize her offers and how to have, successful sales conversations, how to own her value, and bam, the results were immediate. She was selling her coaching. Here's another one of my clients, Naibi Jacques, who is mom from Montreal, and she's got 2 little kids, and she's a raw food chef. I think she has 1 or 2 little boys. I don't remember. I know 1 for sure. Anyways, raw food chef was making little workshops, but she didn't know how to make offers, and we helped her design her packages, her offers, helped her get really confident about that, and helped her with the sales conversation, and bam! She made $3,000 in 1 week. I was doing a group coaching program at that time, and, that was before the course even ended. It was a 6-week course, so she was just totally stoked. Here's another one of my clients, Talca Lee. My sales have increased by 65%. She was, thinking, she was just kind of spinning around in circles, not wondering. I don't know if any of you guys have the same thing happening when you get people on the phone, but they don't make offers, or they never convert into sales. You get people on the phone, but maybe you spend a lot of time with them, and maybe you're too nice to them, or whatever it is, but they don't convert into sales. Well, this was happening to Natalka, and I just, sometimes I just gave her a little tweak. Hey, do this. Hey, do it this way. No, trust me, do it this way. And boom, she had phenomenal results. 65% increase in her sales. This is Sarah. She's my virtual assistant. She's on the call with us today. Hey, Sarah. And I've been working with her for many years. When we first started working together, she's an amazing virtual assistant, by the way. She started seeing the results my clients were getting, and she was like, hey, Vanessa, I want to get results like that. Would you coach me? So we worked together on, again, just having the confidence, to get out there, put an offer together, and making the offer, And bam, she doubled her income. And Sarah's an amazing mom. She does her business so she can be home with her daughter. She's an amazing virtual assistant. She's also she helps me with my marketing ideas too. And, again, this is all possible, guys. 10K in 30 days, very, very possible. So again, it's just a quick tweak that we made to her sales process. So now guys, now 10K in 30 days, it's really just a decision away. It's really something that you guys can have as well in your business, no matter where you're at. So I want to find out here, because I've been talking really fast for a long time, but tonight I promised you, a totally unique way to sell high-end coaching and consulting from the back of the room. using that process, right, that I laid out for you guys. It's called my workshop profit secret system. I also promised you how to discover how to finally get paid what you're worth, right, without having to worry about price ever being an issue again. Again, we talked about how to start charging for results. What are the results? What's the transformation that you're bringing people, guys? And start charging by, for that. Stop charging by the hour. You never get rich charging by the hour. Then I promised you, a proven 3-step formula for attracting customers that allows you to only attract motivated prospects that know the value of what you're offering and are predisposed to trust you and buy from you, right? Break through fear, number 1. Number 2, be visible, make offers. It's so simple, guys. Don't make it overcomplicated. It really is that simple. And then, I promised you how to create irresistible offers that pull in your ideal clients like bees to honey. We talked about selling people what they want, giving them what they need, enter the conversation that's already happening in their head, a solution to a problem. They want a solution to a problem. And also, we talked about, making it a no-brainer, a low barrier to entry. We talked about bonuses and limiters. Okay, how to make irresistible offers. And I promised you, how to discover what's really holding you back from having the revenue and the lifestyle that you really want in your business, and how to break through the fear and procrastination that's holding you back from taking profitable action, right? We talked about fear in the beginning, the ego. We talked about, giving yourself permission to just say yes, to show up, and decide that you want it. Make a decision. That's where your power is. Make a decision, and decide you want it more than you're afraid of it. Get out of your comfort zone and just watch the magic show up, right, guys? That's how that works. So tell me, guys, how did I do? Type in the chat box here. How did I do? I'm going to go quickly over to Stevie's. Rhonda says, awesome. Nicole says, income is a choice. Yes. Okay, Gary says, best webinar ever. Super. Jerry says, great content. Love this. Sell people what they want. Give them what they need. Okay. Okay, awesome, guys. We're going to go back to the slides. All right. So this is one thing, again, guys, that I really want you to get tonight, is that your ability to overcome fear is directly proportionate to your income. That's how it works, guys. And there's only three steps to my system. Overcoming your fear. Number 2, being visible. Number 3, making offers. But nothing happens in your business until you break through that fear, guys. It's not about going to learn another course. It's not about going out there flying around the world doing all these things. It's really about mindset. Once you're able to take yourself off automatic and break through the fear, anything is possible. And this is the system, guys, to help you skyrocket your confidence in cash flow. If you want to build a business like I have that allows you to, have the freedom to work from anywhere in the world, if you want to get out there, break through to a new income level, this is going to help you do it, guys. So, in the next 30 days, you can use the system to attract new high-paying clients. Maybe it's, 10K in 30 days that you guys want to create. Maybe it's more, but being visible, making offers equals, really, that's the system on how to skyrocket your confidence in cash flow. And that way you have a consistent cash flow. It comes into your business every single month, so there's no more guessing games, guys. No more worrying about where the money will come from. So, what would 10K in 30 days mean to you and your business? What would that mean to you guys? What would you be able to do? And I guess the bigger question is, what's it costing you to not have a sales attraction system in your business? What's it costing you in terms of, sleepless nights? What's it costing you in terms of, time spent worrying because, you don't know how you're going to pay the bills? What's it costing you in terms of time that you could be spending with your family, instead of working all these jobs? What's it costing you in terms of your own happiness because you're out there, working a job instead of doing your purpose and your passion, working a business that really fuels you and ignites you? What's it costing you in terms of maybe your own safety? Maybe you're in a relationship that's not the best place for you to be. What's it costing you guys to not have a solid sales attraction system in your business? So, Only you know, guys, if you're hitting your income goals right now. Only you know if you're working too hard in your business right now, if you're struggling too hard to get new business in the door or to turn your leads into paying clients. Only you know if you're having problems asking for the sale or getting those people enrolled in your programs at premium prices. Because, I don't know you. I don't know your business, and I don't know where you're at right now. But I do know this. I do know that if you want the next year to be significantly better than the last one, if you want to take your business to a whole new level where you've got leads coming in and you've got qualified leads and prospects and really the exact leads that you want, and you're converting them, you're having success converting them into customers, and you know that you're selling and you feel confident about, your prices and your offers, and people are buying from you at premium prices, and you're taking your business from where it is now, and, wherever that is, it may be, you're making $2,000 a month or $10,000 a month, but it's inconsistent. Maybe it's that income that's, sporadic, and you're getting it to, 10K in 30 days consistently, right, guys? If that's what you want, then you have a choice. And you can either, take all the information that you've heard here today and all the stuff that I've taught you, and you can just forget it, which is what a lot of people do. A lot of business owners that are not committed to their business, they'll take some information like this and they'll say, oh, Vanessa, it sounds great, but then they'll go right back to doing the stuff the way they've always done it, right? Remember that ego it uses fear to protect you with. It takes you right out of the game before you even begin. And those businesses, those are usually the ones that end up on the road to bankruptcy. And I know because I've been there. I can tell you it's no fun having to rebuild your credit after 7 years. And, I went bankrupt years ago because I didn't understand the importance of marketing and sales. I didn't know that's the number one thing you'd be focusing on. So, if you don't find a solution to your problem, it only gets worse. And there's a great quote I always remember, and it said, you can't solve a problem with the same mindset that created it. Which I think is brilliant. And so this happens constantly to business owners who cannot say yes to new ideas when they come along. And I don't think that's you guys here today. I don't think that's you. So if you're the kind of business owner that really wants to see new ways of doing things, and when you see a new opportunity, you jump at it, you take action, and you use it to take your business and your income to the next level, if that's what you want, if that's the kind of business owner you are, then, here's what I've got for you.
So I set aside some time to speak with you in the next 2 weeks for an hour or so about how to dramatically help you increase your sales and attract clients. Actually, it's going to be myself or someone from my sales team. We will take the time to sit down and talk with you and help you get really crystal clear about what's actually holding you back from getting the results that you guys want. Now, I have created a 10K in 30-day challenge. It is an actual program. I am reopening the doors to this program, and it is going to help you if you're selling any kind of service and you want to be able to sell your services for higher price points, attract more leads, and high-paying clients. This is going to help you get there a heck of a lot faster. It is an amazing program. If I do say so myself, this is one of the attendees' results. Best week yet, $8,000 in business. Nicole's a virtual wardrobe stylist, came to see me making just a couple $100. Revamped her programs, helped get that kind of crazy mindset out of the driver's seat, and bam, within a few short weeks, she is just rocking it, had her first $8,000 week. So this is totally possible for you. I am reopening the doors to this program. It is something I created because a lot of people just couldn't afford the high-end kind of one-on-one 10K, 20K investments to become my private clients, but they still needed to get their incomes and their mindset up there, and they needed to get rid of their ego and all that fear and worry and self-doubt, and that whole mechanism for deciding was just so off. So I decided to offer the same kind of information at a much lower price point and more affordable rate so that people could still get the same results. And so it was a huge hit, and it filled out really fast, and now I'm reopening up applications. So if you're watching this webinar, it means, there's still room for you in the program. Now, this is where you apply. Go to takeyourpowerbacknow.com/10K ready. Takeyourpowerbacknow.com/10K ready. It is free to apply. And again, you're probably wondering, like, why am I doing this? Guys, it's really simple. I don't want you to struggle like I did for years. I must have dropped at least $100,000 into coaching, I mean, not coaching, but, running around all over the place, trying to learn, trying to figure it all out. I went bankrupt because I did not understand the importance of having a really solid marketing and sales mindset. And so I really want to help you get that and break through all the bullshit really that's holding you back. Because when you do, guys, the sky's the limit. And until you really understand these really key points, nothing in your business will change. And I really don't want you to suffer and struggle like I did for years. I want to help you shortcut your learning. I want to help you get there. And really quickly, I want to talk to you about, who this is really for. So, a couple of details before you go out and fill out the application. I know you're very busy. We're also very busy. We've got busy schedules. And we just ask that if you are, once you do apply and you show up on the phone call, just be ready. Be ready to pick up the phone, start taking action. And if you need to cancel, reschedule, we do ask that you do that at least 8 hours in advance so, somebody else can have that time spot. It's just courtesy, respect. And if you're ready to take action, if you're dedicated to your success, and you really dream of having that 10K income coming in consistently, maybe it's a portable business that you can take with you anywhere in the world. Maybe you want to come visit me here and go bikini shopping with me in Hawaii. Establishing your credibility as an expert, to really be known and seen, to be visible, and to start really attracting clients consistently. This was for you. I want to work with you. If that's you, this is, I want to work with you. Now, this is really not for people wanting free advice or free coaching on the strategy session. This is not for you. This is not what I'm offering. This is not a coaching session. This is an application to see if you're a right fit for my program. This is not for people who are not making any money from their existing business or have no way to invest in their business. This is not for people who like to complain and make excuses. As you can tell probably by now, I don't buy it. I don't buy people's bullshit. I'm here to help you move and get results in 30 days or less. That's what I'm all about. So we're not going to get along if you're full of complaining and excuses. This is for you if you're ready to move and take action, get results. This is not for people who are really, like 100% comfortable with where they're at. And this is not for people who don't want to take action and get results, guys. So if any of these characteristics sounds like you, I can assure you that we are not a good fit, and I wish you the best of luck. I really do. I've found that it's so much more fun and enjoyable to work with people who are ready. They're motivated. You can make decisions quickly, because those are the people that get results, right? You get results the faster you implement. So if you feel like this is for you, if you've enjoyed this webinar, if you feel like we're a good fit, please apply below. And see if you qualify, and follow the instructions on the next page. And you will have a conversation with either me or one of my sales teams. Most likely my sales team, because I do travel a lot and I'm giving speaking conferences and whatnot. So I cannot wait to work with you, because you're really just steps away from having your own 10K sales attraction system rocking in your business. And it's so exciting when it's up and running and the sales are coming in consistently, your confidence is building. It's like, wow, people are getting results, It's like, wow, you're able to show up and really be who you're meant to be. And I'm so excited to help you on that journey. So guys, here's at the end of the day, it's all about this. Some people dream of success, others make it happen. What about you? So if you're ready, guys, go to takeyourpowerbacknow.com/10K ready and apply. And again, I'm sending you here loads of love from the island of Aloha. And thank you again for taking the time to watch this webinar, and super duper want to chat with you if you are ready for the 10K challenge at takeyourpowerbacknow.com/10K ready. Aloha, guys.